Well, we've been talking about adding that extra little zing to your meal. So we thought we would talk a little bit about different flavored vinegars. So you can make all different kinds of vinaigrettes using the amazing fresh fruit you have at your disposal.
Well, again, you know, using fruit and trying to use it when it's in that season, right?
Yes.
But I think adding really interesting combinations, right? But what I've got here is some fresh strawberries. And basically all I'm going to do is, you know, cut them down. Now, what I've got is little bottles here that we're going to flavor, but it's good if you can get ones with a larger neck, right? Because then you can put bigger in. And I was saying to you before the show was Crown Royal bottles work really well.
Yes, they do.
I just was having a hard time drinking the whole bottle of Crown Royal, so I had to go with this instead. But anything that's got a wider neck, the bigger the fruit. But basically what you're doing is you're just cutting it down, dropping the fruit in raw. Like, you don't have to do anything with this. Okay. But you do want to capture the fruit when it's really in its most flavorful point. Like, no unripe fruit, you know, and even if actually it's a little bit overripe, and that's fine. Okay. You know, because it's going to get all mushy when it gets in there, right? Yeah. So with that, I took some fresh ginger. If I can get it here. And again, you got to cut it into the shape that will fit in the neck. Yep. Right?
It looks really good, though. Like, I can see this being a really nice gift for someone.
Well, and they're great little gifts, right? But you know, there's kind of some rules that come with it, right? They don't just leave them out. They got to be cool. They got to be looked after, you know. And what I do is, you can keep topping them up. So I got a little bit of rhubarb in there. Yeah. But the idea is that when you get down to half, and that's why a bigger bottle is sometimes, this is great for a gift, but bigger because when it gets down to half, you can top it back up again. Right. You just keep adding the flavor.
So you have your vinaigrette for a very long time.
So strawberries, rhubarb, ginger, that's kind of cool. But then here's one, apricots. Oh, fresh apricots, gotta love them. Nice. You know, I mean, smell that. I just imagine getting that into a salad dressing. Yeah. You know, and that's what we're doing is we're trying to capture that beautiful fresh flavor into a salad dressing. So simply dropping them in there. But again, I love fruit with a little bit of a twist. So we've got some great Thai chilies in here.
Nice.
You know, excuse me.
Yeah, watch those seeds.
No, the vinegar.
Is it the vinegar?
No. But you know, I leave the seeds in if you want a good bite. But if you're a little bit timid, take the seeds out. Okay. And then obviously lemon thyme. You know, there's a really interesting thing, right? And then here, what I've got is blackberry, garlic, and rosemary. Okay. And all you do is simply take your vinegar, white wine vinegar, or whatever you like. You can use a balsamic vinegar, but you got to be careful. More neutral, more flavor from the fruit.
Do you do anything with that vinegar?
Warm it up.
You warm it up?
Just warm it up, and then you just simply pour it over top. The main thing is do not seal your jars up until it is cooled down. Right. You don't want things to go sour on you. But a little bit, whoops. Ooh,
all the way to the top, right?
Right over the top.
There you go.
Right over the top. But that's it. And you know what you do is once they're done is you just let them cool down. You leave them at room temperature, I would say, for a couple of days.
Look at how good that looks.
Yeah. And then after that, you know, you could store them in a cellar. You could store them in the fridge if you've got room. Yeah. But you know, they're great for display. But this is not like those layered ones you see where you want a movement in there. You want to be able to move it around. But take a little bit of that, make your salad dressings. Fantastic.
How long is that going to last for?
Well, if you got to basically the life of the fruit, right? The life of the fruit. So if it's in your fridge, it can last 2-3 months because it is in vinegar, right? Right. But if it's out cellared and that, you probably got about 10 days.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Yeah. Good tips. Let's go to break. We got more coming up. Three chefs.